Broncos country Bo Nix became the second rookie quarterback in history to throw for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns in a game. We'll get into that, breaking down what spots of the field he was hitting on and go through the rest of the offense, how they were graded from PFF. I'll get to another video covering the defense, so y'all be sure to smash that like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all of that. We're on our way to 2,000, and guys, I got the shades on. Not because I got a new style, but I look like Bob Costas right now. So allergies killing me down here in San Antonio, Texas. But let's go ahead and get into it, guys. What a game. I'm feeling on top of the world. I'm sure you guys are as well. And let's go ahead and just break this down. Let's go ahead. What I really like starting with is the pass blocking, the run blocking, and then we'll get into Bo Nix and the receivers rushing, all of that. But let's go ahead and get into the pass blocking. Javonte Williams, he was somebody that looked explosive today or in this game yesterday. He was somebody that kept driving his feet. Does he just need like every other game to play? Is that the key to keeping him looking fresh and explosive? Maybe so, but I loved how we found the hot hand. It was Javonte Williams, and we continued to feed him. But he was great in pass blocking, highest graded pass blocker here according to PFF, which is nice to see. And Garrett Bowles, Luke Wattenberg, Quinn Miners, Mike McGlinchey, everybody essentially on that offensive line did really, really well. Ben Powers here rated out at 54 because he allowed a hurry and a pressure, I guess. But overall, 1 sack on the day. You'll take that every single time. 1 sack on 4 pressures. Offensive line did absolutely great. Audric Estime, nice little rating here in pass block of 73.4. Love to see it. Let's get into the run because our running game looked great as well. And I think, again, guys, like having Luke Wattenberg back has been very helpful. Ironically, he's like third to last on run blocking grade, which is kind of weird because, again, I do feel like he's a better offensive line or center rather than Alex Forsyth right now. But Quinn Miners killed it in run blocking. I mean, you saw him get into the second level all the time. Mike McGlinchey as well. Adam Troutman really brought it in that game. Lucas Kroll, I think that this is a positive development right here. A 71.1 grade. I love to see it. And even Troy Franklin finding himself in the top 10 for run blockers on 7 run blocks, got a grade of 60.8. So I really loved how our offensive line just played in general. And this is why I'm in favor of extending Garrett Bowles. When you got a left tackle that you can depend on, you don't just let him walk in free agency. Hell, franchise tag him if you need to. But this is a guy that I feel like has another contract left of good football for the Broncos, and it will allow us to have the peace of mind to go into the draft and go get top weapons with our top draft picks, or if we want to have an embarrassment of riches on the defensive line or in the front 7, we can go that direction as well, which that's fun to think about. But we'll see how this NFL draft board comes together. Let's go ahead and get into the receiving. Guys, I owe an apology this week. Kerry Colbert. This was a guy that I have questioned earlier this year on if he was really ready for his first NFL wide receiver coaching job here in the second year with the Broncos. He got a lot out of his receiving group in this game, and I think we've seen some of our younger wide receivers take a positive step in this game. Now, we want to see this built upon. We want to see this replicated during the last 6 games of the season, right? But Kerry Colbert, he did a great job. The wide receivers were used well, and there were some things that we haven't seen before. Let's start with Marvin Mims. 2 receptions on 2 targets for 49 yards and a touchdown. Used as a diet Debo, to quote my friend Kodiak Broncos. Go subscribe to him on YouTube, by the way. Used as a diet Debo. Motion in the backfield, putting him in 2 back sets, getting linebackers matched up against him. He's able to, like we saw in that wheel route, just find the open space in those little zones, and he can kill you. He was great with the ball in his hands, getting a ton of yak, and looked the most confident we have seen Marvin Mims. And we even saw that reflected in the punt returns as well. So credit to Sean Payton, Kerry Colbert, these guys for staying patient with some of these receivers that I've just been ready to write off, right? Marvin Mims, congratulations. I'm happy for you. Hopefully this sets a new baseline for his production moving forward. Devon Vele, amazing 26-year-old rookie. You know the story now. 4 receptions on 5 targets for 66 yards. He was great over the middle. Somebody that has no fear, dependable hands. Will Jordan Humphrey, 4 receptions on 4 targets, 53 yards and a touchdown. Hey, he fumbled, but he got it back. So all was forgiven, sort of. And he had the big time touchdown catch of about 40 yards to put Bo over 300 yards, give him his 4th touchdown. Will Jordan Humphrey was great after the catch, and he had a great bounce back game. I thought Cortland Sutton, dependable as always, 7 receptions on 8 targets, 78 yards. Troy Franklin getting that yak, 2 receptions and a touchdown for 15 yards, and the majority of that was yards after the catch, breaking tackles, looking shifty. I just love how we got the balls. We got the ball to our playmakers quickly and just allowed them to do their thing. And Javonte Williams, solid in the passing game as well, 4 receptions, 28 yards. And Audric Estime caught all 3 of his targets for 9 yards. So that was nice to see. I still don't think Javonte Williams is going to be back here next year, but I do love how we used him in this game, and I think that Audric Estime is going to be ready to take over that role come next year. No doubt about it. But let's go ahead and get into probably why you guys are clicking on this video, and that's Bo Nix. I mean, best game of his rookie career. 85% completion, guys, on 33 attempts. Had 28 completions, 308 yards, 4 TDs, 9.3 yards per attempt. That's great. And that's even with the average depth of target, as some of people have pointed out. It was like 5 yards or something like that. Because, hey, he was just taking what the defense was giving you. But we saw some of those high-level throws downfield, particularly to Devon Vele, to Lil Jordan Humphrey, to Cortland Sutton over the middle, really fitting them in some tight windows, some windows that a handful of our quarterbacks before Bo Nix could not hit consistently, and that's been great to see. Let's get to the fun stuff here. So didn't throw downfield deep much, but was 1 of 1 where he did that for 33 yards. And between 10 and 20 yards, guys, look at this. He was 6 of 7 for over 100 yards, for like 130 yards or so. Just doing the rough math of it. Had a touchdown. He was great. And then when you look at the intermediate game, short to intermediate, 0 to 10 yards, he was 10 of 12, 11 of 13 for a touchdown as well. And you guys know he's money on, but at the line of scrimmage or behind. And so really nice view here of just how Bo was able to target not just one part of the field, but the distribution across the entire field was great. He truly is a quarterback where you have to defend all parts of the field against, which, again, has not been common for Broncos quarterbacks prior. It's been great. Kept clean, 89% completion percentage. And again, this is why you go and you re-sign Garrett Bowles. 89% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns. Under pressure, 3 of 5. Okay. 60% for 32 yards. Not the best, but you'll definitely take it because he's had some games where he's been under like 45% or so when under pressure. The fact that he was still at 60%, that's great. Play action. You know how good he's been on play action. 78% completion, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. And this is what's helpful with having a nice running game. I mean, he had play action on 43% of his dropbacks, 15 of them. No play action. Bo Nix was even better. That's the sign of something that could lead to Bo Nix. I think he's the franchise quarterback. I don't know about y'all, but I don't care if the Falcons were depleted, whatever. This is still an NFL team where NFL blowouts do not happen very often. And again, it was looking at the windows that he was throwing in with some of those passes downfield, just incredible. But no play action, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns, no screens. You guys want to say he's a screen merchant? He only had 83 or 38 yards on screens. He had 270 of his yards off of no screen. And then you see the distribution here was really, really nice um, in terms of just where we were at, hitting those medium to short passes. I like to see a little bit more deep, but as everybody's pointed out, including Bo and Sean, they played a lot of cover two, a lot of deep, too deep shell concepts. Their safeties back there, and so you're going to take what's over the middle. You're going to take what is, short of 20 yards because it's going to be open if they have two men back there deep. So, yeah, overall, man, I would say that Bo Nix should be in prime position to win Rookie of the Year as long as he continues to play uh, along this sort of level of play. Of course, there's going to be dips and valleys with this, and I'm not expecting him to go out and throw for 304 touchdowns every single week. But what do we got right now? We got Raiders, Browns, trying to think, and then we hit the bye week, right? So let's make sure we take care of business over these next 3 games, handle business, put ourselves in position to get one of those top wild card spots. And y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. I mean, I was so pleased to see Bo and the wide receivers, our young wide receivers, Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, Devon Vele, like they really did show out. And that makes me so happy. Again, Sean Payton, maybe he could be a little guilty of being a little too patient, but I think he is proving that it's better to be more on the side of more patient than too reactionary, right? And I can get on here and be like, man, I'm done with these guys. But then we get some good games out of them. All's forgiven. And I can't wait to see what we do this offseason as well with bringing more weapons in here. So y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, really do appreciate you. I'll be back tonight, hopefully, talking with Mark of Marky Sports and Jeremy Otten, breaking down their reaction to the game yesterday. We weren't able to meet last night. And again, guys, smash that like on the way out. Put some good vibes out in the universe to calm these allergies. And hopefully I'll be able to take the sunglasses off soon. As always, y'all, go Broncos.